This week on the Road with Mickey, the Disney Parks of the Future.
We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
And he's Grogu, saying hi everyone back, Brenda.
Love him.
Don't you love me?
Yes.
Okay, Sophie?
Yes.
You're my
Okay.
dad. I have to love you.
No, I mean Brenda. She loves
Yes,
you too.
of course.
Okay, so it's not just Grogu that Brenda, whoever. It's not just Grogu that Brenda loves. Okay, we have established this fact. And Grogu says it is so long that we need to say we are on the road with Mickey. And eventually Mike will learn how to talk.
Nailed
Grogu
it.
is telling me this. Anyway, our feature topic this week is the Disney Parks of the Future. We're subtitling it What They'll Look Like in the Coming Years, maybe. Possibly. Who knows? We don't know. We're just throwing this out there.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, we have some cheddar from the big cheese, and now it is Brenda's turn to start.
Yes. And before I start my cheddar, I'm going to say something that may or may not grow me any friends out there. I may be a loser or I may not. But it is
You're
my 33rd wedding anniversary. I would like to tell my husband Butch, happy 33rd anniversary, October 10th, even though, yes, I am at Disneyland without you. We have already agreed that I'm going to have a Disneyland cupcake and he is going to have a cupcake at home, and we are going to toast our anniversary over FaceTime.
Yay!
Aww.
Happy anniversary, Brenda
Thank
and
you.
Butch.
I'm a horrible wife for not being here, but we will celebrate eventually.
You are not a horrible wife. He's lucky to have you, just like you're lucky to have him.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. Well, on to the big cheddar.
That was
Starting
big
on
cheddar.
October 12th, really, starting on October 12th, which already started, the breakfast at Hollywood and Vine will no longer be Disney Junior Play and Dine, but it will become the same character experience that you get at lunch and dinner at the restaurant, Minnie's Seasonal Dining. In this case, it'll become Minnie's Halloween Dining. For breakfast, you'll no longer be able to meet the Disney Junior characters. Instead, the characters will be Minnie and her friends. So long to Disney Junior Play and Dine.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I thought it was always or had been for a long time mini seasonal.
Not for breakfast. For breakfast,
Just
it
for lunch and
was.
dinner? Okay.
Yeah, for breakfast, I believe it included Doc McStuffins, Vampirina, and I think a couple of other characters from Disney Junior's channel.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
No need to worry about it now because it's not anymore. So
Yeah. And honestly, no offense to all the parents with little girls out there, but I'm ready for it to be the classic characters again, just because I like the classic characters more.
well, who doesn't love Minnie?
That's
True.
very true.
But you know
All
what?
right.
There's a season, real quick, and I remember Sophie with the little Einstein characters.
Yeah.
And what was the purple?
June. Her name was June.
June. Sophie loved
So
her some
sweet.
June.
So
Well,
sweet.
listen, my birth month is June. My favorite color was purple at the time, and June wore a purple ballerina tutu, and also I was a ballerina, so we were basically the same person.
Exactly.
And she had dark hair, like me, so again, the same person.
Yep.
Well,
It's nice to have someone you relate to.
See, I told
You're
you we have
right.
a celebrity here. Her name is Sophie, also known as June.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Moving on.
Anyway, it's my turn for Cheddar this time, and this is a bit weird. I'm going to be completely honest with all of you. I have never once been able to say the word chicken strips so frequently in my life because starting October 8th, which will have already passed by the time this video is out, you'll be able to treat yourself to 13 different kinds of new sauced chicken strips all around Walt Disney World. Let's rapid fire here. We've got honey buffalo chicken strips with ranch. We've got sweet chili aioli chicken strips. We've got waffle cone chicken strips, which is kind of like chicken and waffles. That's the one I'm most excited for. Buffalo chicken strips, lemon pepper parmesan chicken strips, gochujang glazed chicken strips. I will need to try that. I don't think I ever have.
Gochujang.
Thank you. Jerk barbecue chicken strips with pineapple salsa. Spicy aioli chicken strips. Roasted jalapeno cheddar chicken strips. Spicy ranch chicken strips. Citrus glazed chicken strips. I'm really getting tired of saying chicken strips. Buffalo ranch chicken strips and seaside chicken strips. Okay.
Very good,
I'm
Sophie.
pretty sure
That should be a
that's-
Guinness Book of World Records entry.
It should be.
I'd rather not have my name attached to that.
Most uses of the word chicken strips
In
1
2
minute.
minutes. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think some of those sound good. I will tell you, Sophie, gochujang is sometimes spicy,
Yeah.
and so you might be careful if you do decide to try them.
As
Well-
always, I'm with Sophie on the waffle
Yeah.
for sure.
I love chicken and waffles, and who knows? I have a certain someone in my life who would probably really enjoy spicy chicken
That's right.
because his taste buds are about as numbed up as you could possibly get.
All right. Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Yes.
Okay. Over at Disneyland, Disney has announced that the Tangled Tower, will be joining the Storybook Land canal boats this winter. Don't know exactly when this winter is because California doesn't have much in the way of winter, especially in Anaheim. But this winter, it'll be the Storybook Land canal boats will be including Tangled, and I think it'll be really neat. I like the canal
Yes.
boats. I think those
Oh,
sorts
yeah.
of classic rides are what makes Disneyland Disneyland.
Yes, that was one of Walt's.
I just
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
seeing all the miniature scenes on
Me
either
too.
side of the boat.
Me
You're
too.
gonna have to ride that for us when you're there, Aunt Brenda, if you would please.
I will if it's open. It's not been open, so we'll have to see.
Oh,
But I will
Hopefully.
definitely ride it if it's open for sure.
yes,
Yeah.
please.
All right. Well, that's our cheddar from the Big Cheese. And now, just a reminder, it's the rapid fire edition of Connecting with Us. Facebook page, Facebook group, YouTube channel. Hello, YouTubers. Subscribe, like, ring the ding, 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 ding. Instagram channel, On the Road with Mickey. Email us at info@ontheroadwithmickey.com and go to our website, ontheroadwithmickey.com, and see all the content there. Every single episode we've ever done is on the website.
Mhm.
And this is the 285th.
So you've got a
Episodes.
lot of catching up to do if you
Yeah.
have not been with us that long.
Or just take a trip down memory lane if you've been with us since day one. If you've been with us since day one, let us know in the Facebook group because we would like to celebrate you. And
For
by
sure.
the way, thank you. We are now at 200 subscribers for YouTube.
Yay!
We hit the 200 number. So there you go.
Awesome.
All right. Well, question of the week feedback. Sophie asked us, what is your favorite parade? And we have some answers. We have 7 total. 3 of them are ours, but that leaves 4 more that others have contributed. So, Sophie, why don't you start since yours is the first one?
All right, well, my answer, and by the looks of it, a couple of you as well, My answer for my favorite parade was Boo to You, which is the Halloween parade. It's the one with the headless horseman that comes through, and you've got all of the spooky characters all dressed up for Halloween. I think my favorite part is going to be the Haunted Mansion section, of course,
Of
with the
course.
grave diggers.
Oh, yeah, they're so awesome. Well,
Right,
my
Aunt
favorite
Brenda?
is the Very Merry Christmas parade because Christmas time is just my favorite. I just love that parade. It really puts me in the spirit.
Yeah, it is a great parade. Both of those are great parades. I said mine is the Main Street Electrical Parade. I love Boo to You. I love Very Merry, and I miss Main Street Electrical Parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bet you're going to love Starlight.
I'll bet I will too.
We really need to see that one. Pam said it's a tie between the Electric Light Parade from the 1990s in Magic Kingdom and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party Boo to You every year. Well, I'm counting that as another Boo to You just because that's the one that's there now.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Chandler said Main Street Electrical Parade, keeping it classic. There you go.
Yep. And Kim also said the Electrical Light Parade. She said the original Disneyland Electrical Light Parade. So, I think is that the same as the Main Street Electrical Parade?
Yeah. It moved
Yeah,
Okay.
I
down from
think
Disneyland.
so. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Cindy said Mickey's Jam and Jungle Parade from Animal Kingdom 2001 through 2014 and the I-20224 Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party Parade. Is that
That's
Oh
a
wait,
typo.
1224. Oh,
2024. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
2024. I'm like, wait a minute.
There you
That
go.
doesn't sound about right. Okay. Those are all some pretty good answers. There's not as many as there were last time, I think.
No, but we also are recording earlier. So, and I didn't get a chance to say, hey, any last question answers? So if anyone chimes in the group, we will include those in next week's also.
And thank you so much for sending your comments in. We love to hear what you have to say.
Yes, we love the feedback. So thank you so
Yeah.
much. All right. Well, the feature topic, the Disney parks of the future, what they'll look like in the coming years.
Sorry, my lighting's been off. There's a bunch of clouds moving through the windows outside, and I have no way of blocking them out.
Okay. Well, that's okay. So, the burning question I have is, will Cinderella Castle be there?
Oh, certainly. It just might be in a different color variation.
I hope they
Well,
stop changing the color once they change the color this time.
yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Well, anyway, we are looking at the Disney parks of the future. This is kind of what's going to be coming in the near future and what it might look like in the far future. And so I decided to break it up in each of the four parks. So I got Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom, and I think we should always start with the OG. So what is coming to the Magic Kingdom in the near future? Who
and
wants to
then,
give an update on that?
I
well,
will.
yeah,
I'm
Aunt
sorry.
Brenda. No,
Well,
I'm
they're
sure we
already
were gonna
working on
say this.
stuff, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be the same.
Yeah, we were gonna say the same
Yeah.
thing. So you go ahead. I'm kind of
Okay.
aiming for the far future.
Well,
Okay.
in the kind of near future where there's going to be a Cars Land over there, Cars themed area, and then the Villains Land, and it's going to take a while, but I think, trying to visualize how that's going to be, I think it is going to be awesome. I mean, I'm
Oh,
really
Yes.
happy about those two things. I think it's going to be fantastic. They have so much space. And they already said, like Iger already said, they're not going to be making any new parks. They're going to be concentrating on the parks that are already there and enhancing them. So I think it's going to be awesome. I think they're going to do a great job.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they will too. Um, I'm trying to remember. Is there any sort of ballpark? Is it 2027,
I thought it was
2029?
the end of 2027, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah,
I'm
that
just tr-
feels like a short amount of time to be
Yeah.
building two entire lands.
Yeah, it really does, because that would be like 2 years from the time it started, or 2.5 years, I guess, depending on. I thought it was like the end of 2027, but I could be mistaken.
I'm just
Yeah.
going to put that in there and I'll see if I can't find anything.
But of course, from what I understand, they're already knee deep into construction of it, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
but still, it does seem like a very short time frame to be building those two things. And those are
Yeah.
huge, huge projects while we're at it. My,
Okay. Before you
yeah.
get into that, Villains Land is saying expected around 2030 or later.
Oh, wow. That's
Wow.
really so are they going to finish Cars Land and then or are they doing them simultaneously?
I'm going to look that up
Hmm.
too.
And I'm calling it Cars Land. I have a
I
habit of
know.
saying that, especially I've been doing all this research on Disneyland since I go, but I don't know that it's not like it's a Cars themed area. They have not called it Cars Land. They've called it something else, I think.
Well, it makes it makes sense that we're calling it Cars Land just because it's going to be entirely themed around that movie franchise.
Yeah.
What I'm most curious once it's open is I've seen the concept art of what
Hmm.
the entrance is going to look like. I'm curious as to how they're going to make it flow cohesively between Frontierland and Cars Land because those are two very different settings when you think about it. They may take place in the same area, but Cars Land is like, dare I say, futuristic, if not present day, and Frontierland is very much historical. So I'm
Hmm.
curious how they're going to blend it in a way that makes sense.
I
Yeah.
don't think it makes sense at Disneyland where they've like you go past Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and then you end up in Star Wars
Star Wars.
Galaxy's Edge. I mean, that's even more different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's true, but at the same time with Disneyland, I feel like the immersive aspect and the smooth transitions were not nearly as much of a priority as they are at Disney World just because
That's true.
Disneyland, they're so cramped for space, they need to fit it wherever they can.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So looking online, it says estimated late 2029 or 2030 opening date for Cars Land.
Ooh, really long.
Okay.
Okay, these are taking
So
really long. Gotcha.
yeah, and it kind of makes sense because of all the work to make those lands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for
so
sure.
buckle up and get ready. I think I'm calling it Cars Land too because it's based on cars, so it's the
Yeah,
Cars Land, um,
Yeah.
and it's different from Cars Land at Hollywood Studio, or I mean at
California
California
Adventure.
Adventure because it's not Radiator Springs, it's the countryside around Radiator Springs that they're focusing on. It's the way I understand it.
Oh,
oh,
I didn't
So
realize that because
so
to
that's
so
a
me,
little more cohesive, it seems.
and
it
that's
is.
and that's what makes it I think fit into Frontierland a little bit better.
That
Piston Peak
makes
National
sense.
Park. It's
Piston,
called Piston
Oh.
Peaks National Park.
yes.
And you know what? That makes a whole lot more sense, especially when you put national park in there, because for me, with Radiator Springs was about as like
Like
merged
Grand
with,
Canyon.
yeah, it was about as merged between infrastructure and nature as you could get. So I couldn't comprehend a Cars themed land that was anything else, even nature wise. But now that you say it's Piston Peak National Park, that means Radiator Springs is not going to be there at all. So that makes it more cohesive, I think.
I
Still
think
might
so.
feel a little bit weird given that it's a piston, which is a car part, but oh well.
It sounds cute though, Piston Peak National Park. I mean, It's a cute name, I think.
It does. Are they really
Yeah.
calling Villains Land, though?
I don't know.
I don't know, as far as I know, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's time for my 2 cents, and this is more delving into the far future. I'm still sticking with the theme of they're not going to make a new park, just because the areas of Walt Disney World that are not used for infrastructure, for hotels and parks and whatnot, are almost exclusively reserved for conservation. So even though they have that whole big mass of land at their disposal, they're not going to make a new park on it because it would upset the ecosystem there, which is something Walt would definitely not want.
That's
So
right.
I think they are going to be making more changes to the parks that exist already, and I would not be surprised if Fantasyland became more like a Disney princesses themed land, especially since you have Cinderella Castle there already, and you technically have Belle's Castle with the Be Our Guest reservation restaurant. Um, I wouldn't be surprised, and I mean, you even have Ariel's castle now that I think about it. You have her land castle and whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more Disney princess castles popping up in Fantasyland, even if they had to do another expansion of sorts, or even, shrink Storybook Circus, because to be fair, the only things in Storybook Circus are Dumbo and the Barnstormer, and Dumbo is the highlight of that area. So I feel like we might see a lot more focus on the Disney Princesses franchise. I know there was an April Fool's prank when I was in high school that they said they were going to change Cinderella Castle into Elsa's frozen ice palace, and I was so upset.
I was upset when they replaced Cinderella at the start of the Christmas program, the show. Cinderella used to bring in the castle dreamlights, and then they replaced her with Elsa and Anna. I was not happy.
I know. And I doubt they're going to replace anything else with Elsa and Anna, but it would not shock me at all if Frozen got its own little section of Fantasyland, kind of like it has in Norway, but different, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll incorporate Elsa and Anna over there because I think that's a big draw to get younger people over to Epcot.
That's
Yeah.
true, but in the Norway pavilion, Norway kind of looks more like Arendelle, so I wouldn't be surprised if they focused on, I don't know, the Elsa's Ice Palace, or the what is the what's the name of the people from Frozen 2, that sort of
Oh,
Native American tribe that
I
lived
don't
up in that
know.
enchanted forest? I don't know.
I don't
I don't
remember.
remember.
Okay, so maybe not that, but I would not be surprised.
All right.
I think
So
those are good thoughts, Sophie.
Yeah.
yeah. So I have just a few sorts of general questions about what we might see.
Mm-hmm.
Will we see Tomorrowland Speedway with electric vehicles instead of gas vehicles?
I hope so, because then we'll
Probably.
be able to breathe in that area.
I like the smell of the gas.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, I'm the only one who does.
Will um
Mike, you didn't answer your own question.
I think so.
Yeah, now that
Okay.
we think about it. Um,
Will we ever see an update to the TTA? Maybe a more futuristic version of the same TTA, like newer cars, maybe actual hovering instead
Hover
of like.
vehicles would be fab.
oh, wow.
Could you imagine seeing that in Tomorrowland?
That would be a real Tomorrowland site.
That would be amazing. The only thing I would be worried about is the weather. I feel like that would very easily shut down the TTA whenever it rained.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, but you know what I think might be a good idea? I have been seeing so many trailers and advertisements about the new Tron movie that's coming. It's called Tron Ares. I
Hmm.
wouldn't be surprised since Tron Light Cycle Run is so popular, there is there might be a chance that they might expand on that ride some, and I will take any opportunity I can get to make Tron longer because that's my only complaint with the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. Excuse me. Um, so I think those are would be really neat additions. Now, I don't think I think what would be really neat is to do a people mover kind of attraction that covers the whole park. You
Yes,
remember?
please.
I
Ooh,
mean, I know
Yes.
Brenda was not a fan of the Skyway, but
No.
yeah.
I loved the Skyway, and I loved being able to go flying across from Fantasyland over to Tomorrowland and see everything. It was so freaking cool.
It was so cool.
It was so cool. And
Leave your brother alone, Aunt
see
Brenda.
I would love to see you won't see you won't see the people mover expanded outside of Tomorrowland because then it cuts into the whole aesthetics. You've got
Yeah,
Tomorrowland over in Adventureland.
Yeah.
But I would love to see some sort of moving system that would connect you to all the different areas, like a mass transit kind of subway sort of system in the park.
yeah,
That would be neat. I would love that. I would love
besides, of
that.
course, the railroad.
Yeah.
Right, because the railroad, is more for
Yeah,
me, it's about going all the way around, not using it as a transportation between. So,
yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand that.
I heard that Walt's wish to have an entire park attached to monorail transportation is going to happen in Dubai,
In Dubai?
wow.
the
Oh,
new
In the
Dubai
new
park.
one.
I didn't even
Fully
think
Wow.
about that.
full monorail.
Wow.
Wow. That might be a reason to go to Dubai.
I don't know, Daddy.
We'll see. There's got to be a lot more than just a monorail to make us go.
Yeah, but Dubai is a really impressive city, I will say that. Um,
So
you know
those are
what
my
I
questions.
you know
So,
what I don't see changing though? At the very least, I don't see the carousel of progress changing, which is ironic. I know it is, but I feel like if it changes, then it won't be the way Walt intended for it to be, or maybe he did intend it to be updated over the decades and whatnot. But I feel like if we changed it, it wouldn't be the same, or I worry they might take it out entirely.
I hope they won't change the actual ride, but I am a little bit excited about seeing the new Walt edition that they're bringing in.
Oh,
yeah.
I am
Because I feel
too.
like if they make him say what it shows on the screen before you go in, it would just add something better.
So,
Maybe, hopefully.
yeah. And see,
Certainly.
for me, I think the addition of Walt to the Carousel of Progress totally means it's not going anywhere in any way,
Good.
shape, or form for a long time, I think.
Yeah, because he
Good.
explained it as it is. So I hope so.
Good. Yeah, but I'm talking about the far future here, and we don't know what will come.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But we have 6 burning questions for the far future for Magic Kingdom alone.
That is very true, and we haven't even covered like Adventureland and Main Street USA, which
Yeah.
I don't see those changing much, though I would be rather pleased with myself if Adventureland got a few updates, maybe just to make it even more immersive than it already is. I feel like a little Aladdin subland in the area would be cool because
That
right
would
now
be.
Aladdin is just a giant magic carpet fountain in the center of a bustling hub.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
But
All right.
you meet Jasmine, and you know what I wish though? I wish they would bring back the Pirate League, the Pirates League, the Bibbidi Bobbidi for
Ooh,
boys or for girls too, because it they did, both boys and girls. But I wish they would bring back the Pirates League. I don't know why they didn't when they brought back Bibbidi Bobbidi. That's just
yeah,
my thought. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll
yeah.
bring it back. Maybe now with the Beacon Barrel, people get more
Right.
excited about the whole pirate area, and maybe they'll. I don't know. I wish they'd bring it back.
I love
Okay.
pirates, so yes, anything pirates I will gladly take.
Now, moving to the next park. Epcot has just finished a whole lot of work.
Yeah.
So I don't know that there's necessarily a whole lot in the near future that needs to be added, except for Brenda. Brenda needs to
No,
be added.
not me. What's behind me? What's behind
Oh,
me needs to be added. The Mary Poppins.
she really wants to have that added into the UK pavilion.
I really wanted, and I was so disappointed when they canceled. I understand why they canceled it, but don't scrap it.
Okay,
I
so
know,
let's put
honey
it under
bunny.
the under the near future. The stuff is already done, so let's put that into the far future.
Okay,
Add
Yeah.
Mary Poppins to UK area.
be wonderful. That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Brenda says to do it now.
Please, please.
Well,
I
thing of
agree, though. I think it would be really cool.
it would
Could
be
you
really cool.
imagine not just adding it to the UK, but adding it with an attraction in the UK? Could you imagine,
Ooh.
like, I don't know, some sort of ride that simulates you being on the carousel without being on the carousel? You remember how they were riding the carousel horses?
Yeah.
In the chalk painting on the
Yeah.
sidewalk.
Some
Oh
sort of
my
attraction
gosh.
like that where there's carousel horses, but they're going all over the place.
Or
Sounds
remember
too.
how you wanted something to take you up in the air over Magic Kingdom? You could ride the umbrella over Epcot.
Would you ride it, Brenda?
I don't know. Hanging from a single umbrella by your hand sounds something outside the realm of even my ability. I'm not Mary Poppins.
But if Disney created it, I would trust it. And maybe I'm naive, but I trust Disney's ride. Like I don't ride carnival rides or anything. I don't trust any of that stuff.
So
But I trust Disney's rides. Yeah.
You trust Disney's rides unless it's the Skyway or the Skyliner. Got it.
I trust that. I just don't like it. I trust that it's safe. It's
There you
not a
go.
safety thing.
That's true. That's very, very true. Um, Sounds to me like the thing we need to cure all our woes is just a Mary Poppins dark ride. Bring us back to the scene from the great movie ride. Thank you. That's what we need. If we're adding Cherry Tree Lane, we need a Mary Poppins dark ride.
Okay.
That sounds fabulous.
What would
Yes.
it look like?
Well, you know how we had Winnie the Pooh and Snow White and all that sort of thing, that
Hmm.
type of ride, that's what a dark ride is. It just
Well, I know
takes
what
you
a
through the
dark ride is, baby.
story. Yeah, I'm just making sure you knew.
But I mean, so it
I
would be like a dark ride of the entire movie?
Pretty much.
Okay. Because you said take us back to the Great Movie Ride, the Mary Poppins section of the Great Movie Ride, and I was
Yeah.
trying to remember what that looked like in
Oh, well,
there.
that one was just a little clip from when they were up on the rooftops of London with the chimney sweeps and whatnot.
Okay. See, I couldn't remember that part. I
Yeah,
couldn't remember that section.
that's the only scene that was in it, but it would be a great nod to it.
Yeah. And you know they have that piece sitting around somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
certainly.
A
As
Mary
for
Poppins dark ride would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It
Picture it like you could picture it built the same way that Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a
So
way.
cuz Mary Poppins soaring, with the umbrella.
That would be fun. And maybe it could be on a bicycle or something. I feel
Yeah.
like I've seen I feel like I've seen Mary Poppins on a bicycle. That might have been from the sequel movie, but it still would
It
make
was.
sense
It was
Yeah.
from
in a
this Mary
way.
Poppins Returns. And by the way, I watched that the other night, and I am so glad I rewatched it because I got so much more out of it this time than I
Yay.
did when we saw it in the theater. It was so much better this time. So
And
Yeah.
at the end, each child could get some medicine and a spoonful of sugar.
that's right. And then you've tied the two together. You've
Yeah.
tied, yep.
Well, as for the rest of Epcot, I feel like we've discussed this in great, great detail. I feel like Epcot is going to keep on changing because unlike Magic Kingdom, which has that nostalgia factor to it, Epcot was designed to be constantly changing and innovating, and I'm not entirely sure how that would really be put into the parks, like on a grand scale, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did end up getting an update to Spaceship Earth, maybe to include some more of recent history, because Spaceship Earth has taken us from prehistoric times all the way to the dawn of the computers and the internet, and it's been like a good 30 years since then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we haven't gotten
Yeah.
to the Jetsons car. I mean, when I was in high school, they told us, well, I was in typing class. I remember them telling us that one day there would be like typewriters that corrected themselves, you know, and
Yeah.
there would be like we would be riding in cars, not like they would be more like the Jetsons, but that never came to pass. So,
Well, I mean, we do have autocorrect, so they're not entirely wrong there.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's computers now. There was only typewriters
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
way back. So I thought we would be riding in like the Jetsons cars. So the end of Spaceship Earth, when you're doing all that stuff, that's what I thought this was going to be like. When I,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too, but I still feel like it would be a good thing for us to update it a little bit to reflect more of that technological era because now we have computers. They go with us wherever we are. We call them phones.
yeah,
Yep. You know what though? I also part of the draw for Epcot has always been starting at the beginning, walking around, you've covered the whole world practically,
Yeah.
and so I think what would be really neat, and I think they do this on some scale, but I think maybe an introduction of a almost like a huge big scavenger hunt that takes you to every single pavilion and then maybe even into some on the future world and that side um, to get some sort of tidbit of data. And I know they have like the KitKat stuff for the kids and
Yeah.
things like
yeah,
that. But something like that where you go and you're almost having to explore and learn more about each of the pavilions and each of the countries represented so that you can get that nugget of information that would help you on your journey to complete the puzzle. And I think that
Yeah.
would be kind of neat. Um, I also remember and this is a throwback, not a far future, but I remember when the double decker bus used to run in World
yeah.
Showcase, and I would love to see the double decker bus back there. I think it
Yeah,
would be so cool.
it would be cool. And kind of along the line of your, actually, very much along the line of your thought just now. I was thinking when I was researching about the Disneyland key that we're going to be doing, where you enter the key into like,
Yeah,
all the lands and it does something special. That would be
Yeah.
kind of a neat way to enhance what you're talking about. Enter the key into something at one of the pavilions and it
right.
tells you something or does something special. And then at the end, you get like a passport or I don't know, something like that, where
And
That's
where it was
true.
like
yeah,
an activity, more
and
of an
and
activity.
and something like that isn't entirely new.
No.
because like during Food and Wine you can get your passport
Right.
and go get the different foods and then you get a free cookie or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not a totally new concept, but bringing that and enhancing it even more would be kind of neat. I also think it would be neat to have some sort of transportation mechanism that would allow you to kind of almost like, and this is throwback, but like a trolley car to each of the countries, and you hop on the trolley car in Mexico and you hop off in Germany or whatever. I think that would be
Yeah.
kind of neat.
That would
It
be
would.
really, really
They would
cool.
need to
But
widen the space somehow, though, or
excuse
I don't
me.
know. It gets so congested in there.
It
So
does. It
But that
does.
is a great idea.
Yeah. I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few of the pavilions, maybe some of the like more global superpower ones. I wouldn't be surprised if, as the geopolitical landscape shifts, if some countries were replaced with others, which may not be a bad thing, may not be a good thing. Who knows? We're not sure. But just something to keep your eye out, especially in the far future.
That would be a risk.
It
yeah,
would.
it would. They would have to do their research
Oh,
over through and through and through and through to make sure
Yeah.
it doesn't blow up in their face.
and they'd still be
Yeah.
boycotted because nobody's gonna always be happy.
I know.
Right,
But
exactly.
Disney gets boycotted every other month, it
Yeah,
seems.
that's right.
Well,
Oh,
All right, so now let's
yeah.
move on to Hollywood Studios.
I'm excited about Hollywood.
Ooh. I feel like this one's gonna be the hardest one to predict because it revolves so heavily around movies, and Disney is always making new movies, so we don't know which ones will make an appearance.
Well, we do know from um, from the near future, we know quite a bit that's going to be there.
Well, yes, certainly.
Okay, so let's start with what we know. We know that you got Monsters Inc.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The whole land of Monsters Inc. and everything that's included in that. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Bless
God
you.
bless you, sir.
Thank you. I hope I didn't blow up the country.
You didn't. We didn't hear a single thing.
Okay, I got the pause. I got the mute right in time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We
So
also have
Monsters Inc.
the,
land, yeah.
yep,
Monsters
and
Inc.
Animator's Courtyard is coming back, thank goodness.
Thank God, yes. I'm
I'm
so
so
excited about
happy.
Monsters Inc. though. You
I
know
am
that ride they
too.
showed how that track's going to go up while you're dangling off of that thing? How it's going to go up like that? It's going to be so super cool.
It will be, and I'm really excited to see the actual architecture because if you watch the movie again, you'll see that there are a bunch of monstrous motifs scattered throughout the background and the buildings and whatnot. Just
Yeah,
everything
so
is
exciting.
ever so slightly not human, and I'm really excited to see it. And it's good to have yet another immersive experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to have some restaurant. What's it called? There's the Monstro Theater,
Mm-hmm.
Harryhausen's restaurant.
That's the sushi place where they went and then Boo made her appearance and freaked out everybody. I actually found out a really kind of funny but really dark secret
Ooh,
about
what is
that
that?
movie. So, for anyone who did not know this, Monsters Inc. was, of course, released in 2001, late 2001, actually. Uh, and originally, when Mike and Sully are running away from the restaurant with Boo because they're, trying to hide her so that they don't get in trouble for having a human kid in the monster world, Mike goes, "Well, that couldn't have gone any worse." And then in the background, because they're far away from the restaurant now, you suddenly see the restaurant explode into pieces. And they turn around and they look because that's the joke. It could have gone
Much worse.
exponentially worse. Well, that part was removed and was replaced with like a giant green force field that surrounded the building to decontaminate it. And that was, of course, because 9/11 had just happened right before the movie
Yeah.
was released, and they figured, let's not put this joke in because
Great
now was
idea.
not the time.
Great idea.
But
So, do
I
you think
digress.
Harryhausen's is going to be a new character dining experience then?
Oh, that would be so
That would
cool.
be very, very cool, and I
I
think it
think
fits so
so.
well.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they had like an animatronic octopus in there because in the movie, the octopus is the one that's making the sushi, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was there.
That would be fantastic. And
Yeah.
then, of course, the roller coaster. And then the Monstro Theater. What's going to be in the Monstro Theater? I don't remember.
I don't
I don't
actually
remember.
remember there being a theater, unless, of course, they are putting on that workplace play that they were making in the movie.
Maybe. Or maybe, the Monsters Inc. laugh floor. I wonder if they're going to move that type of thing over there from Magic Kingdom. And if so, what are they going to do with that part of the building for Magic Kingdom, I wonder.
That actually reminds me that area where Stitch's Great Escape was is
Yeah.
still empty.
Yeah. And then Monsters Inc. laugh floor eventually will be empty. I wonder. I don't know. I mean, it could be empty. I don't know that they're going to do that. I'm just saying it would make sense to do that.
It would make sense, and if they did do that, I imagine it would set them up quite nicely for another ride or two,
Yeah.
or
Um,
maybe a show.
one possible name for Monsters Inc. Land is Monstropolis
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because of the name. Um,
Makes perfect sense.
and let's see here. The Globe Theater is what they might be renaming the Muppet Vision 3D Theater as instead of the Monstro. I
Oh,
don't know. I don't know though.
I don't know.
Take it with
interesting.
a grain of salt, because there's so much
Well, yeah,
speculation.
and the concept art was from November 2024 where they called it Monstro Theater, so that's been a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
And they can
true.
change whatever they want, so.
yeah.
You know what would be really cool though? Is if they still left that little picture of Gonzo hanging from the clock tower.
That would be
Yes,
cool.
that would be cool.
And there's no timeline on Monsters Inc. Land or Monstropolis, but speculation is sometime in 2027 at the earliest.
Okay,
Maybe that's what I was thinking of when you asked me about Magic Kingdom.
probably because that does make sense.
Yeah,
The
it's going to be great, I
animators,
think.
the
What a great
animator
addition.
courtyard, I think more will be faster
Yes.
than
Yeah,
Monsters Inc.
because they don't have to make any ride tracks for that or anything.
Oh, I can't
Also
wait.
returning at the animator's courtyard is the Sorcerer Mickey hat, not in as big a scale,
Yeah,
Right.
but
That's right. I'm excited for that.
me too.
so that'll be cool.
I do wonder if they would do anything else with Star Wars Land, though. It would be really cool if they had a way to connect the Star Tours area
I
with
know.
Galaxy's Edge, and maybe they could, for the sake of cohesiveness, they could update either Star Tours to be sequel era, or they could make Galaxy's Edge to be original trilogy era. That would be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's like you go from Star Tours to stuff that has nothing to do with Star Wars at all, then Under the Bridge into Galaxies. It's like it's so separated.
Yeah,
And I know
that's
it's because
true.
it's always been there, but they have to be able to do something.
yeah.
That's true. But I also, in my mind, it works though.
It
Really?
Um,
does
it
because of
does
the.
because when Star Tours opened, there was no Batu, there was no Galaxy's Edge.
Right?
And so the whole idea being, hey, you're on Earth and you want to go explore the destinations in Star Wars, in Star Tours. So you're a tourist going on a destination. So to
I
me,
mean,
that's why it makes a little bit of sense because if you're in Batu, then why would you go tour Star Wars land or whatever? Um, you know what I mean?
But the area in between
yeah.
Star Tours and the bridge has nothing whatever to do with any of it. Like they
Yeah,
could do
And
I
something that
know.
and I always thought that the tree trunks that surround that specific attraction, they reminded me of the forest of Endor.
I think that was deliberate.
Yeah. So it's not really like you're on Earth, you're supposed to be on Endor.
That's true. That's true.
I
Yeah.
do
So I don't know.
understand why they kept it separate though, because it is a giant break in the timeline, especially since Galaxy's Edge is supposed to be set 25 plus years later.
Plus, though, now they are introducing destinations and Star Tours that take you to the two and so forth.
That's very true. So I
So,
think it would be good for them to connect them somehow.
Yeah, and when you used to stay at the Star Wars hotel, the guests would secretly by mobile vehicle get to Batuu. Couldn't they do something like that? Or, even my guests that years ago they booked with me and their kids went to the Jedi Training Academy and now there's no Jedi Training Academy, they really loved that. That's one of the things
hmm
that they really could bring back that would be successful. That and I think the
Yeah.
Pirates League still over at Magic Kingdom. They might could do some stuff there in that space. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I
You're
was really sad I never got to try that Star Wars Star Cruiser resort. It
Yeah.
was, it cost an arm and a leg, but it sounded like fun.
Yeah, I mean, my guess that did it really loved it and it was immersible. I mean, you were immersed for sure,
It
but
feels
it
like
didn't work.
something for only true Star Wars fans, though, so I imagine the general public was not that interested in it, and that's why
Yeah.
it flopped. Maybe they could do something like it again, but have it be not so immersive. It would be really cool, I will say that, to have a futuristic looking resort
Yeah.
somewhere on the property.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Um, but we'll have to see. It's hard to say what'll come. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's what makes this episode fun because we're just kind of brainstorming. We're spitballing a little bit,
Yeah.
see what sticks.
Actually, now that I think about that and I have it in my head, the contemporary, it was designed by Mary Blair, yes, but it could stand to do with a little bit of an update because everyone I've heard talk about the contemporary says it feels like you're staying in an airport,
Oh, really?
a very luxurious airport.
Hmm.
So
That's interesting.
what might be a good idea is if they updated it somewhat to feel even more Mary Blair style.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, Elizabeth,
Anything else on Hollywood Studios, or should we move on to Animal Kingdom?
I can't
I
I,
think of
don't.
anything else.
yeah, not with how many movies it would take.
Yeah. Okay. Then Animal Kingdom. In the near future, of course, we have the Tropical Americas. That is
Mm-hmm.
slated to open in 2027, I believe. Um,
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna
it's
be
going to be
nice.
cool. So we
Yeah.
have we have Encanto and Indiana Jones
Yeah.
there. This is all replacing Dino Land USA.
And Dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then
I
we
know
have the
Sophie said.
Zootopia show that's already replaced. It's tough to be a bug. But
it'll open in November.
yeah. So that's another thing that we can really kind of talk on, but not much. If I'm going to be honest, I don't foresee Animal Kingdom changing that much in ways that it hasn't already.
Right.
Because the thing about Animal Kingdom is you've got it separated into the different continents. You've got the Americas, which will be the Encanto and Indiana Jones part. You've got Africa. You've got Asia. I suppose if they really wanted to, they could find a way to squeeze Europe in there somewhere, but it wouldn't really work, especially with how much Europe is represented over in Epcot. And when you think of Europe, you don't really think of anything other than giant historical cities.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Australia,
true.
they might have a way to incorporate that somehow. I don't know exactly how they would, but they even have otherworldly planets and whatnot with Pandora and the Land of Avatar. I don't see what else they could add, especially with the way that the park is designed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do. I do.
Think it's going to be really pretty though.
I
Think it's going
think
to be
so
so
too.
beautiful.
And I
It's just
mean,
my opinion.
the thing of it is, Animal Kingdom is a reflection of the earth, like the natural earth, and unlike humans and our societies, the earth does not really change, at least not very rapidly.
That's for sure.
So I think it would be nice to see Animal Kingdom remain the same if the other three parks are very rapidly evolving and adapting to keep up with human demand.
Yeah. Plus, it's Animal Kingdom is very much meant to be a conservation,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and so it's got to live to that ideal. It needs to stay constant in that mission
Yeah.
Yes.
because that's why it's there is for the conservation and
Yeah.
to help in endangered species and stuff like that. So
Yes.
it's got to keep that mission. So you're absolutely right. I think Animal Kingdom will not change nearly as much, and I think once Tropical Americas and Encanto and Indiana Jones and everything like that gets finished, and then I think you'll see Animal Kingdom in a holding pattern as far as maximize what's working well. So
Yeah.
Do
Because
you
it
think they'll recreate some kind of nighttime show though?
I would
Something that keeps
love to,
guests there at night.
gosh, I would love to see it. And I could see them not necessarily brand new, but kind of throwback a little bit, going back to when we first went and stayed on property and they had at Dinoland USA, they had the block party. And
I
Sophie ate that up. I mean,
and you
it
know what?
we did too. It was so cool.
Even
Yes.
with the new Encanto
You
land that's
could see them
coming,
Yeah,
doing that
you
for
could
there.
absolutely make a block party out of that. We
Yeah.
definitely.
literally see a
Definitely.
party going on in the movie.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
would
that would be awesome.
I
And what do
still
you think about a
really
new character dining experience over there? I
with
know I'm always into
Antonio
the
and
food, but it would be perfect.
It would.
I
It
don't
would.
blame you at all with the
It would.
family madrigal and everything. That would be perfect over there. I really do wish I could see Rivers of Light, though. I was so excited to see that, and I never got to.
Right. And
Yeah.
we didn't get to see it, but that's okay. What I would love to see there would be some sort of drone show. I was looking, my memories popped up and it was the drone show they had at Disney Springs.
Hmm?
And I'm
That was pretty
like,
cool.
it was really cool.
I
And
haven't seen that either.
well, it's not there anymore, but I got little clips. I got like little 20-second clips of it, and there are some really cool scenes.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll piece them together into a movie and put it on YouTube. And it'll just be like a segments.
Well, and it seems like they sometimes do things like that for the short term to get the feedback they're after. And I don't know if it didn't get good feedback or if they are
Yeah.
planning to use it somewhere, and Animal
I,
Kingdom would be a perfect spot.
You're right,
It would.
especially
It would.
since with the drones not, making the loud noises like
Right.
fireworks do, it wouldn't disturb the animals.
Right.
Yeah. In this case, the drones had, music and
Well,
effects,
yeah,
but not fireworks. So,
Yeah.
but like that would be okay. It wouldn't be nearly as loud, and probably
yeah.
the animals would be fine with that.
Yeah. So, I would love to see nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, they would need to find a way to keep Animal Kingdom open past, 6 p.m., which is when it normally closes.
Well,
Because
usually close around 8, but they've kept it open before at night. They do the
that's
after hour
true.
stuff and the VIP tour at night and you know,
That's very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Still, Animal Kingdom is the earliest closing park on the resort.
yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, is there anything else we need to add for Animal Kingdom?
Not that I can think of.
Not that I can
Unless, of
think
course,
of.
they wanted to add a prehistoric section, focusing on animals that aren't on this earth anymore.
You mean like
They
dinosaur?
probably wouldn't because they got rid of everything that was related to that.
I know, but they would find a way to include it somehow, I'm sure. I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
Especially since, I've heard talk. Of course, we've been hearing this talk for years now, but they're trying to reconstruct the genetic makeup of a woolly mammoth so they can bring it back.
Believe it when I see it. But until then, Sophie.
Oh, I did have another question. What do y'all think about the new Avatar movie? Do you think they'll expand on Avatar Land,
I think
Pandora?
so. I think they will. I'm surprised they didn't expand on it with the water movie, but I suppose they didn't know what would become of it. But now that they're including the fire one, it's really, I feel like the next course of action is an air one because you've got the forest Navi with the earth, you've got the water, you got the fire, air. So I think once they complete the set, they'll do something with it.
Hmm.
Yeah, somewhere in the distant future.
Even if it's just like little sub pockets of each of the different environments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sophie, let's close out the feature topic with your question of the week.
Okay, I will be honest, I did not even get a chance to think about this, but I almost never do. And it's mainly a spur of the moment thing. I just want to know what things everyone else is excited for in the future. Like, if there's something we didn't discuss on for, say, Epcot or Hollywood Studios, but you think would be cool to see, list it in the Facebook group and we'll read it all out next week or the week after.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, because I
right.
remember years ago when we were all wanting Disney to do a Monsters Inc. roller coaster. I mean, we talked about that years and years ago, and look, they're finally
Yeah,
doing it.
yay! It took forever.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that is a great question. Great topic. Great discussion, guys. Thanks so
Yeah,
much.
Yay.
And now it's time for this day in Disney history for October 13th. So, Sophie, take it away, baby.
it's really hard to find things that are related to the future?
Yes.
So I think I'm just going to stick with something from the recent past. The year is 2008, October 13th, of course. In a ceremony at Burbank Walt Disney Studios, the Walt Disney Company inducts 11 new Disney legends, including Wayne Allwine and Russi Taylor, the current voices of Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
Sweet.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. The Disney legends will never be forgotten. They should
Nope,
never, ever be forgotten.
That's right.
they are
Uh,
timeless.
Unlike Mike's ability to stump the Soph, which should always be forgotten because it never happens.
Oh, it almost happened a few times.
Well, let's see if we can almost make it happen again.
Okay. Good luck.
This character is a natural teacher.
We've already said Mr. Ray from Finding Nemo.
You have. Is that who it is?
Did we have him already?
I feel like we did, but it was a long time ago in a different book that Daddy marked in, and not this book that he's marking in now. Or
I don't
not
mark
marking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's every chance that... Okay, keep going.
This character makes an effort to educate the other characters in his or her world. That's very convoluted way to say that.
He's a teacher.
Yeah.
All right. Give me something else.
This character is no action figure.
Action figure. Oh, wait. This is from Toy Story.
Is it?
I think it is too.
Okay.
A natural teacher from Toy Story.
No action figure.
It's gotta be Woody.
It's not Woody.
No?
He is not a teacher.
Well, he's a leader and he leads all the other toys.
But it's not Woody.
No? Okay. Is it from Toy Story?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
This character has special awareness sessions.
Special awareness sessions?
Yes. On important subjects such as plastic corrosion and what to do if you're swallowed.
This is one of the Green Army men.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, jeez.
This character, last clue.
I don't think I'm gonna get it.
Character taught Andy letters.
Okay. I have enough humility to know when I am stumped. I admit defeat. Let's hear it.
Wow. The character is Mr. Spell.
Yeah, no, I don't know that character.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, is it the
Mr. Spell.
Oh, can't see it.
That's...
Hang on. Mr. Spell.
Oh!
It's the keyboard, the one that I didn't know how to name. Of course he has a name.
His name is Mr. Spell. It's on the red handle.
Oh, yay.
My goodness gracious.
Well,
Mr.
okay.
Spell.
Let's see here. That is Daddy
2.5.
and Sophie
1,000,000.
46. Okay. All right.
All right. Well, I
Wow,
stumped the
Mr.
Soph.
Spell. Wow. No action figure because he's a whole game.
Yeah.
He is an educational toy.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And he taught Andy how to spell by typing in the words, and he would say what they are. And that's
But how did he
Andy
teach them what to do if they got swallowed? I don't remember that part.
I remember it was like when they were having the room meeting, and Mr. Spell is going to go over some awareness classes or something.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that again.
You had me thinking when you said action figure and swallowed, you had me thinking it was a tiny toy.
that the Green Army Man would make perfect sense on that.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, Brenda, close us out with a little bit of Walt.
All right. Disneyland is something that will never be finished. I know we've heard that before. Something that I can keep developing, keep plussing and adding to. It's alive. It will be a live, breathing thing that will need change. A picture is a thing. Once you wrap it up and turn it over to Technicolor, you're through. Snow White is a dead issue with me. A live picture I just finished, the one I wrapped up a few weeks ago, it's gone. I can't touch it. There are things in it I don't like. I can't do anything about it. I wanted something alive, something that could grow, something I could keep plussing with ideas. The park is that. Not only can I add things, but even the trees will keep growing. The things will get more beautiful each year. And as I find out what the public likes, and when a picture's finished and I put it out, I find out what the public doesn't like, I can change it. It's finished. But I can change the park because it's alive. That is why I wanted the park.
Nice. And that is
That
why
was a
Brenda
lot.
is. That was a lot, and that is why Brenda is going to that park.
That's why I'm going to
Yes.
that park.
And I know we've heard that quote
In bits and
before, but
pieces,
it's just a good one, especially when you hear the entire thought behind it. Like in one big segment. We've never heard it like that, but
Yeah,
yet you just can't go wrong hearing it again.
that's
Yeah.
right. Great quote. Great line of thought. And that, my friends, wraps us up for this week. But next week, Brenda is going to grace us with her trip recap.
Okay.
Awesome.
So Brenda is so excited to tell us all about her trip.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be the bomb. It's going to be
When
Yes.
fab.
you're hearing this, I'm already there.
You're right.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Take
sure I'm
plenty
having
of
an amazing
pictures.
time. Sure,
You
I'm
better
eating
be.
something sweet.
Yes.
You better be. But that's next week. This week, we hope you have had a great week. We hope you have a great week. We hope there's a smile on your face and that we brought you a smile. We hope that that if you're having a tough week, that someone will smile and it'll make your week better. You know, we got to be kind to one another. Be kind. Share your smile. Share your smile with whomever you run across that needs a smile. Until next week, though, I'm Mike. She's Sophie. That's Brenda. And he's Grogu. And we will see you on the road. On the
Bye.
Disneyland road, right?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.